2023 was a pretty decent year for Star Wars, all things considered. We started the year off strong with The Mandalorian Season 3 and ended the year with Ahsoka, two series, especially the latter, which has completely changed people's perception of Disney's Star Wars. So, talking about 2024, well, it looks like people could be back on the Disney has ruined Star Wars train. Now, don't get me wrong, I will never complain about too much Star Wars. To me, I can take new Star Wars all the time, in all its versions, and consume it all, which I do. So, I'm not complaining. But, looking at next year, we have a Star Wars problem that many people are talking about. And granted, I am excited for everything that's coming, from Andor Season 2, to the upcoming Acolyte set in the High Republic, to Skeleton Crew. But, this brings us to the Marvel Studios MCU and Star Wars problem, where we're now looking at two of these projects, which are being seen as, why do we need this? One, Skeleton Crew, two, The Acolyte. And to make things worse, Andor Season 1, yes, while many people rave about it, a lot of people said they don't want a Season 2, and a lot of people didn't even bother to watch the first season because we know how it all ends. So, I get it. There is a lot of comparisons to be made to Marvel Studios' output over the last couple of years in terms of characters and ideas people don't want. So I get what people are saying. But to me, I don't see it so much as a problem because, again, if you look at the type of content we're not getting the same thing. For example, Skeleton Crew, it's supposed to be like your typical Steven Spielberg, J.J. Abrams younger cast, out in the far reaches of space, a completely different side to Star Wars. Sounds exciting, even if it's not what most people want. The Acolyte, it's set 100 plus years before Episode 1, lightsabers everywhere, we're focusing on the Sith. That's pretty cool. So I think the lightsaber action and the time period could honestly help, despite what people think about, the actual books and comics in the High Republic, which I absolutely love. And then we get to Andor Season 2. Say what you will about it. Mitch will say Andor bad. Jared will jump in and say Mitch is wrong, Andor good. Whatever you think of Andor, it's fair to say that the series did not set the Star Wars world on fire or the fan base on fire like many other shows. So I do think that we could get into this little oversaturated corner next year, but personally, I think there's enough difference that these could win people over. At least I think Acolyte has a high % chance to do this. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people are just going to hate it. But to me, I'm excited for that one. I think once people see lightsaber action and all this other stuff, I think people will be in. How do you guys feel about it?